hereby request all who it may concern to permit the citizen or national of the United States named herein to pass without delay or hindrance, and in case of need, to give all lawful and aid and protection. The officer that stopped me clearly did not get that paragraph.
Say that last part again.
The officer that stopped me on the road clearly did not read that paragraph.
Right, because
if he had, he would have said, "Have a nice day, travel safely."
Yeah, and he probably doesn't understand the difference between that fiction and the living flesh.
And I brought that up too in our conversation. He didn't want to talk about it. I got the impression he had heard of it before, or he had heard rumors about it, or the fact that people are trying to do this, but didn't want to talk about it. Now, whether or not he was cognizant of the facts, I won't know. But I knew he recognized my arguments. He had heard it before in some context from somebody, and he didn't want to talk about it.
Now, if you had facilitated that notice of liability, rather than handing him your passport, you could handed him that notice of liability.
Right.
Oh, that might have set him back a pace or two.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do now, Andrew?
Yes, I'm going to warn you for the speed. I'm going to warn you for crossing the white lines. I heat cite you for the expired registration, though, okay?
Okay.
There's a phone number and a website in the back you can use to set up a court date or pay the fines. Up to you. Just do either one in 30 days, though, okay?
Sure.
Well, I also put a warning here for not having your license with you, so you have to have it with you, okay? You ID'd yourself.
Right.
I'm not going to cite you.
Right.
But you got to have a license with you by state
To travel, isn't that commerce law?
I'm sorry?
Isn't that's for traveling when you're
state law requires everyone on
Isn't
the
that
public
for
road.
commerce, though, right?
What's that?
That's for commerce, though.
I can only go by what state law says. State law says everyone has to have a license on them when they're driving on a public road. Doesn't matter if you're in commerce or not.
But does the state law specify man versus the person? Because I'm not a person, I'm a man.
I'm not getting into this discussion, alright?
But
use your passport.
But you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
What about the first paragraph of this federal document?
Okay. Just pick up speed on the shoulder first and drive safe. Okay?
You're not going to read this? That's what I thought.
So initially, I've already written the already reserved and the UCC 308-1 or 1-308 on my license. If I get stopped again, I'm going to hand the agent my license and my passport, and my initial request will be for him to read that first paragraph out loud.
That's good.
He thinks I did. Did I hurt anybody, Mabel? Nobody's hurt, so no crime was committed.
You got a little one. How many little ones you got, Andrew? Do you mind?
No, 2 daughters.
2. Growing up in this world, I got 6 that are adults and grandchildren. And I cannot tolerate the thought that this is going to continue anymore.
I agree.
And all my brothers and sisters across the world. So, because the sheriff won't do his job, the military won't do its job, our servants won't do its job, the veterans don't rally, there's no militia because the men have all been emasculated, fattened up, dumbed down, filled with porn, drugs, alcohol, TV, a comfortable chair, a nice heated house or cooled house, decent tramp. At least 350 of them, if not all 400, want to do the right thing. But they're afraid and they're dumbed down. So we need to educate them and let them know we got their back. If you need to deputize 500 of us, 1,000 of us, 10,000 of us, you're going to do the right thing. We'll be there, won't we? Andrew?
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. Do you know what the reason was why he pulled you over? Did he state why he pulled you over?
He says he saw me going fast. So apparently he must have, and I didn't see him until he was behind me. So he was either behind traffic or concealed somehow. But so he said I was doing, 76 in a 60 or something. And at a point on the freeway, the speed limit changes and jumps down from like 65 to 60. So he caught me right at a speed change also.
Well, so a lot of these guys, they get quotas. And again, this is an extortion racket. So, so in the name of being a public servant, he puts you in a position that is so dangerous that during the course of your interaction, he has to make the suggestion that this is not safe here, we better move. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, I mean, I pulled over as soon as I could, which ended up being...
He put you in that position. He put you in that position.
And I was like...
Yeah, so, and you've been, we've all seen how they'll run you off the road. They'll flip your car over. They'll take your tires out. They'll hit your bumper from an angle, right? So, they got us in fear. Hey, you pulled over to give this guy room. You saw him approaching. Right. You were being a good man. And then he decides to turn his lights on and trespass on you. And put you in a position where it's not safe. Where it's so not safe that in the middle of your interaction with him, he's got to make the suggestion that, hey, we better move because it's not safe here.
Yeah, I know it was a police car, it was a state trooper. His lights were on yet, but I moved over, and in doing so, I crossed a double white line. Because the highway, the far left lane is the express lane. But so I moved over here out of the way. Well, once he catches up to me, he moves over behind me, he crosses that white line. So I'm just driving along, and, like a half mile goes along, and then the Jerry's come on. Okay, fine, time to pull over. So I move over, and the area that I pulled over happened to be kind of a little triangle right. It's this ramp onto the freeway, but not even the entrance ramp. So I was very position, safety-wise, but so I stopped there. He approaches the vehicle, and he initially asks for my Minnesota driver's license. And I'm like, I don't carry that when I'm traveling, but here's my passport. He says, do you have a Minnesota State driver's license? I said, do I have to answer that? He says, well, you need a Minnesota State driver's license to drive a car. I said, well, I'm actually traveling in my personal property from point A to point B. I wasn't aware that moving my property required licensure or any of that stuff. He says, well, yeah, you gotta have that. I said, well, all I have is my passport. He says, okay, I'll take that. So he goes back to his car. And 5 minutes goes by, and he comes back up to my car without my passport. And he says, well, he said that. So when he left, go back to his car the first time, I said, can I have that back? And he just kept walking. So he walked away with my passport in his hand, which is essentially theft. So when he comes back the first time, he says, well, we talked more about, he was trying to establish jurisdiction, essentially. He was trying to figure out if I knew I was speeding, if I knew my tabs were expired, if I knew that I crossed the double line illegally, all that nonsense. And, I just spoke to him plainly. He said, listen, I was just moving my property from point A to point B, and point out her to take care. And I wasn't aware that the laws, and I asked him, I said, is there a victim? Was there someone harmed in my activities? And he stopped for a second and was confused. And he's like, well, that's not how it works. And I said, okay. And then he says, well, we're in a really precarious spot right here as far as safety goes, so let me have you pull ahead, watch the ramp when there's an opening, pull ahead, and park on the right side after the ramp, and I'll follow you. I said, okay, whatever. So we do that, and he goes back in, and he's talking to me, and he's still trying to establish jurisdiction. I'm not giving it to him. I understand his game. I know what he's there to do. He's there to establish jurisdiction so that he can get at me into his little game. And I refuse to give it to him. He says, okay, well, hold on 1 second, I'll be right back. So he goes back to his car for the second time. He's back there for 5 minutes or so. Then he comes back up again for the third time. He says, well, so I'm going to give you a warning on the speeding and crossing the white line. And I wrote you a ticket for expired tabs. So there's not another ticket. You can call to pay that, or you can go online, or if you want to set up a court date. And then he hands me back my passport, and I said to him, I said, do you know what the first paragraph on the first page of this document says? This is a federal document. You know what it says? He says, thank you, have a good day. And he just turns around and walks away. And hey, he ignores me and walks back to his car. So, that was how the stop went.